She kept making comments like, "When are you getting married?" and if she still can't get over Ben, her brother-in-law. The thing is, Mia, the oldest daughter, used to date Ben until he dumped her to be with a younger sister, Jen. Jen isn't very nice either. She was mean to Mia and kept bugging her to get a husband. Mia is 33, and I don't think she needs to rush. From what I could gather, Jen also didn't like me because she made some snide remarks about my upbringing. I grew up in an abusive household and had to struggle a lot to get to where I am, whereas my fiance came from a well-to-do family. His dad didn't speak much, he didn't say anything and just nodded. The only normal person there was Mia, mainly because she just kept to herself. Nonetheless, I did not feel very welcomed by them. I just had this gut feeling that if I got married, this was going to be my entire life. I would always have to be in competition with his mother. On the flip side, he is so nice and sweet. I have never felt so in love with anyone like I did with him. He brings me flowers, takes care of me, and treats me like a queen. We earn well, share similar hobbies, and are compatible in bed. The only caveat is that I do not like his family at all. So, I broke it off with him. He was understandably sad and asked for a reason, and I just told him I didn't feel good about our relationship, that we weren't compatible. There were a lot of tears, but I left, and now I'm sitting in my aunt's house venting to you all. At one point, I felt like calling him and telling him I had cold feet and that we'd be perfect together, but I didn't. I'm heartbroken, and I know I don't deserve to be because I was the one who called it off. Update 1. I just got done talking to his older sister, Mia, over the phone. It was a surprise to me that she wanted to talk. She got the news of us breaking up and asked if we could speak, and I said okay. I was desperate to hear any news from him. We talked for like an hour or so, and it was mostly her telling me how her family was toxic, that I made the right decision because her mom had a weird obsession with her baby boy. Also, she doesn't know why she is shunned in her family. She was not adopted, nor was she an affair child. She also mentioned her mother was a bit racist because of where I came from. For context, I'm half Bengali. Overall, that day, she wanted to warn me. I asked why my ex doesn't treat her right, and she said my ex is in a delusion that they have a picture-perfect home, but he doesn't realize how toxic his mother is. She did bring it up with him, and he just said that they are family, so families shouldn't hold grudges. Honestly, I felt bad for her. She said she will be going no contact with her family, that she thought she could salvage their relationship and let them be a part of her life, but she decided she doesn't want that. She also shared some personal information about her relationship status and future, but it's not my place to share it. However, she told me to meet with my ex-fiancé and tell him the truth. He deserves to know why I don't want to be a part of his family. He needs to hear the truth, so I will be meeting him tomorrow. Update 2. Hello guys, I promised I would come back with an update, and I finally talked to him. I told him everything that I mentioned in the post, especially about my feelings for his family and how they treated Mia. Needless to say, he was upset. He tried to convince me that this was all in my head and that I shouldn't throw away our relationship just because of his family. He insisted that his family would accept me if I became a part of it. I tried to explain things from my own perspective, but he wasn't budging. Then the topic of Mia came up. He said it's unfair that even his sister is abandoning the family. He mentioned Mia's big news, and she said she doesn't want to be a part of their family. I told him I already knew about it because I talked to Mia earlier, and that seemed to upset him even more. He was livid that Mia shared her news with me before his family, and I got angry and told him that this was exactly why I didn't want to be a part of his family. Her mother has made racist comments towards me and treated me like an outsider and didn't make me feel welcome. His family is undeniably very toxic, and I grew up in a toxic family, so I don't want to grow old in one. Maybe someday he will find a woman his mother approves of, but that woman is not me. We had a massive argument. He was obviously defending his family and not willing to listen to what I had to say. Overall, he was very dismissive, and we ended our conversation on a very bad note. I'm still pretty torn up about it. Aside from his family drama, he was a good guy. However, I don't think I can handle his family because you don't just marry one person, you marry their entire family, and they didn't even bother to get to know me at all. So yeah, that's the update.